Yo, what's the word? What's the word, everybody? What's the word? What's the word? Hold on. I'm just not realizing my camera's not on. So let me go ahead and change. Hold on 1 second, guys. I have to change the title because unfortunately I will not have a yoke cam up for this stream. Interesting. Let's see. Not too sure how I can revise. Let's see. A live stream, but it's okay. What I will do is just revise it afterwards. Let's see. I'm gonna have to just revise it afterwards. But let's see, let's try it this way. Can I edit this? Yeah, I can go ahead and just take that off. No, you can. There we go. I think that's that'll work. Okay, but anyways, without further ado, we are in for a good one. Welcome to, I want to first and foremost say welcome back to another flight sim. Before we do that, hold on. World, time and season. Hey, let's draw the time back a little bit, shall we? Go ahead and draw that back real quick. I actually want to see some scenery. Let's go ahead and make it a little lighter for us. I'm not really too fond of streaming night flights. Can't really see anything out there. Stream seems to be working quite fine, which is always a good thing. Just changing the time here real quick. Hopefully it doesn't crash anything, and it shouldn't. Okay, I think that's actually good right there. And the neighbor on top of me is just stomping up a storm. So let's go ahead and go to fuel and payload. Let's change our payload here. Don't mind me. Just got a new mouse as well. My other mouse was moving a bit wonky on me. Okay. So let's go ahead and let's get some things done here. Let's go ahead and get the APU generators running. We do have our seatbelt, not our seatbelt, we have our engines off right now. We can go ahead and leave our taxi lights off. Logo lights can come on. Our rotating beacon lights can come off. We can go ahead and put our seatbelt signs on. We can put on our wing anti-ice, engine anti-ice, and our pitted tube heats on. You can make sure, let's go ahead and make sure that our altimeter is set to the right setting. It changed from 299.2 to 30.09. We have our flight directors on, which is looking good as well. Let's go ahead and that's looking good upstairs. We'll throw our beacon lights on right before we're ready for taxi. What we can do now, let's take a look at our aircraft. Our beautiful Skyteam livery for today. Always a good one. Always a fun flight in this bad boy here. Let's just take a minute here to take in our beautiful aircraft. Take in our beautiful, beautiful aircraft for today. I'm like one of the only people on YouTube that still streams FSX, but guess what? It's okay, because I'm gonna be that streamer that shows you that FSX is still pretty good for, you know, despite its age. What's going on, 20 something years now since this simulator has released. It's still playable, especially if you spent so much money, time, and invested so much in an FSX. Like, I've had FSX for almost 11, 12 years. The Steam edition, ever since it has came, I think it was like what, 2014, 2015. So yeah, man, I spent so much money on add-ons, and look like we got a bit of a haze going on, a bit of an overcast. It's looking very gnarly out there. We can get a close-up shot of our aircraft as well. Always a beauty. Always a beauty. Frames are looking great too. But today we have Delta flight. I need to go ahead and put that in the thumbnail too. Not really. But Delta flight 1054 with service into Kingston, Jamaica from Havana, Cuba. But anyways, let's go ahead and get some things done. We can go ahead and get our clearance. Quick little flight for stream. We're going to go ahead and tune into tower, IFR clearance.
Tower Delta 1054, IFR, Manly ready to come. Delta 1054 is cleared. Manly Airport as filed. Fly runway heading. Climb and maintain 6,000. Departure frequency is 119.35. Squawk 7635.
Alright, we're cleared to Kingston Airport as filed. We're going to fly runway heading. Climb and maintain 6,000. Departure frequency 111.35. 7635 for the squawk for Delta 1054. Cool. So we have an initial climb of 6,000 feet, 2,500 feet on the feet per minute. I don't have the runway heading yet. Let's see, I don't know which runway we will be taxiing to, but that's okay. We're going to request our taxi.
Bravo, ready to taxi IFR. Delta 1054, taxi 2.
We're gonna start our flight. Almost forgot. Start our flight. 90. We have Mike Uniform Hotel Alpha, and then we have Mike Mike Kilo Juliet Papa. That's looking good. We're going to start that. Cool. Almost forgot to start our flight here. Oh gosh, that would.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Delta Skyteam and our global partners, welcome on board your Delta flight going to Kingston Norman Manley International Airport. As you're making your way to your seat, we kindly ask that you please step into your row and out of the aisle as quickly as possible to allow those passengers behind you to make their way to their seat as well. If you're traveling with a larger rollerboard, please place it in the overhead bins, either wheels or handles first on either side of the aircraft.
We are on
Keeping in mind that the overhead bin space is shared space,
network,
so if the bin directly above your seat is already full, please go ahead and utilize the next available space.
Set our flaps.
If you brought any second item with you, such as a briefcase, tote bag, laptop bag, backpack,
set my flaps pretty early.
You can go ahead and utilize that space under the seat in front of you,
flaps to 5.
so that we can utilize that overhead bin space for your larger bags without having to check them plain sight to your final destination. Feel free to utilize your mobile phones, tablets, and e-readers while we're here at the gate. However, once we close our boarding door, you must please place these items into airplane mode or turn off your cellular service. We'd like to thank you all for choosing to fly Delta. Welcome on board.
Cool. Alright, so we're going to request our pushback for departure. We are in Delta. I'm not too sure who they will dispatch out for us, given that we are in Havana. There's probably just one. Yeah, Cuban. There's probably just one pushback option, you know, for such a small airport like this. But 1 hour and 20 minutes on the flight time. We're expecting 1 hour and 20 minutes. Wheels up to wheels down. A cruising altitude of 32,000 feet. Weather in Kingston, I believe it's 77 degrees. Mostly clear skies. Winds about 7 miles per hour from our west. Looking for a pretty smooth flight. Flying mostly over water, which is always a good thing. We're ready for pushback. That sounds good. That sounds good. On our road to 3,000 subs.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Bypass pin inserted. There goes our pushback tug. X this out. We're gonna throw on our rotating beacons before we forget. Looking good. Lock and gear. And we want our nose left and our tail right. Alright, then release our parking brake.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at wheel.
And we're going to hear the boarding announcement and the in-flight announcements from the cabin crew in just a second for Delta Airlines.
Flight attendants, prepare your doors for departure, please. Cross-check and I'll call. Once again, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome on board your Delta flight. So in just a moment, we'll be showing you a brief presentation on the safety features of this aircraft. We kindly ask that you please direct your attention to the video monitors and flight attendants in the aisle, even if you are a frequent flyer. Thank you so much.
Welcome aboard, and thank you for choosing Delta. The health and safety of our customers and crew is our #1 priority and a shared responsibility of everyone on board. So before we depart, please pay attention to this important message. Stow all carry-on items in an overhead bin and place smaller items completely under the seat in front of you. Larger electronic devices must be placed in a bag. Handheld portable electronic devices, including mobile phones, should also be secured. Keep the aisles, exits, and bulkhead areas clear.
If you lose an electronic device in your seat, please do not adjust your seat and ask a crew member for help. As we leave the gate, fasten your seatbelt by inserting the metal tip into the buckle and adjusting the strap so it's low and tight across your lap. To release, lift the top of the buckle. If your seat has a shoulder harness, attach the metal tip to the fitting on the belt. To release, push the metal tip down.
Stay seated with your seatbelt fastened when the seatbelt sign is on, and keep it fastened whenever you're seated in case of sudden rough air. In the event of rough air, the crew might also need to buckle up for safety. We appreciate your understanding if our service is interrupted.
Federal regulations require all passengers to comply with all crew members' instructions, along with the posted placards and lighted information signs throughout the cabin.
Smoking, vaping, the use of e-cigarettes or any smokeless product, including chewing tobacco, is not allowed on any Delta flight. Federal law prohibits tampering with, disabling, or destroying restroom smoke detectors. There are 8 exits on this plane, 8 doors, 4 on each side. Each door has a detachable slide that can be used as a raft. In the event of an evacuation, leave all bags behind. Carrying baggage will slow the evacuation. All exits are clearly marked with a green exit symbol. Locate the nearest exits and remember, they might be behind you. If we lose power, lights will illuminate the aisle to guide you to an exit.
It's unlikely, but if cabin pressure changes, oxygen masks will drop from panels above your seat and inside the lavatories. Reach up and pull the mask or streamer down to start the flow of oxygen. Remove any face covering and place the mask over your nose and mouth. Slip the elastic strap over your head and adjust the mask if necessary. Breathe normally and note that oxygen is flowing. So don't worry if the bag doesn't inflate. Be sure to adjust your own mask before helping others.
A water evacuation is also unlikely, but just in case, life vests are in a compartment beneath or adjacent to your seat. To use, remove the vest from its container by pulling on the tab and then opening the pouch. Slip the vest over your head, wrap the strap around your waist, attach it to the buckle in front, and adjust securely around your waist. As you leave the plane, inflate the vest by pulling down on the red tab at the bottom or manually inflate it by blowing into the tube at shoulder level. A water-activated light is attached to each vest. For children under 35 pounds, place the vest around their waist and secure the strap between the legs. See your safety card for more information. Additional life vests for in-lap children are in marked compartments at the front and rear of the plane. We'll distribute these vests if necessary.
Before takeoff, bring your seat to its upright position and stow your tray table and footrest. Be sure you fasten your seatbelt low and tight across your lap. Carry-on items are secured and armrests are at the resting position. If you have a suite door, ensure it's open. See placard instructions inside the suite door for opening instructions in case of emergency. Finally, take a moment to review the safety information card in your seat pocket.
As we finish our safety check, please let us know if you have any questions.
As we get ready for takeoff, please settle in. And from all of our crew, thank you for flying with Delta.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard Delta Flight 1054 with service into Kingston, Jamaica. Today's flight time, ladies and gentlemen, 1 hour, 30 minutes, wheels up, 2 wheels down. Weather over in Kingston, Jamaica, 77 degrees. Partly cloudy skies, winds 3 miles per hour from our west. 32,000 feet on a cruising altitude today. Looking for a pretty smooth flight. A bit choppy on our climb out as we make our way out of Havana. Once we get well above the clouds, everything should smoothen out. Looking for a pretty smooth flight from there on out. Once again, sit back, relax, enjoy this 1 hour, 30-minute flight on over to Kingston. One thing for choosing Delta. It's a pleasure having you on board. Sit back, relax. We'll be airborne shortly. We'll update you further on our flight once we're here. Flight attendants, please prepare the cabin for departure. Shouldn't be a long taxi. We're in Havana after all. I am a little curious on what to expect because this will be my first time flying into Kingston, Jamaica. I think in a while. I think I've flown in here once in the past or twice. I'm not too familiar with the approach procedure, so we will see if we get the ILS. If not, we'll go for the GPS. And then we'll hand fly her on down on our runway for a beautiful arrival into Kingston. Like I said before, we're mostly flying over water this evening. 90% water flight. Hopefully once we get above these clouds, we get some good views of the neighboring islands on the down below. Feels good being back in a flight sim, especially on a live stream. I've been uploading a lot of premieres rather than live streams, so it really does feel good being back into the sim. Microsoft Flight Simulator 10, baby. So nostalgic. Yoke's feeling a little funny. I don't know why my camera doesn't ever want to stay on, but and the thing is, I just resetted my computer and opened Streamlabs, and it's like not even 2 minutes in, the camera turns off. Yeah, it's so good. In fact, now that our engines are running, we can go ahead and turn off the APU. Everything else seems to be running well. Pretty long taxi. You can tell we were on the other side quite far. Looking forward to this flight though. .09 on the altimeter, an initial climb of 6,000 feet, 2,500 feet per minute, 250 on the speed. We do have our flight directors on. Both engines running well, quite fine. Alright, so what we'll do, we're going to bring up our ATC window. Alright, so we're going to get our clearance from taxi. And I think we have a heading of runway heading of 060.
Delta 1054, cleared for takeoff, runway 6.
Clear for takeoff, runway 6 for Delta 1054. Alright, strobes coming on. Landing lights can come on. Flight attendants prepare for takeoff. And Go ahead and line her up nicely here. I don't know if this is going to be a flaps 10 departure. But we'll still use flaps 10. Get on out of Jamaica because our frames, I mean get on out of Havana because our frames are absolutely nasty right now. Alright. Okay, that's looking good. Toga. Alright, airspeed is alive. Forward pressure to my yoke. $80 knots neutral. I'm gonna try to keep center line. 100. V1. Rotate. V2. We do a positive rate. Gear up. Flaps going up.
Delta 1054. Contact Havana departure on 119.35.
119.35 for Delta 754.
119.35
See ya.
for Delta 1054. Havana departure, Delta 1054 is at 1,400, climbing 6,000. Delta 10.
Reggae Simulation. This is Flight Simulator X on Steam edition.
Delta 1054, turn left heading 270 for you on navigation, climb and maintain 6,000. Turn left heading 270, proceed on course, climb and maintain 6,000. Delta 1054.
Oh, we got too much trimming.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we climb to our cruising altitude, we'd like to extend a special thank you to each of you and a welcome back to our SkyMile members and Million Milers. Your business and loyalty are greatly appreciated by the entire Delta family. For your safety, it's important to remain seated with your seatbelt securely fastened anytime the seatbelt sign is on. Even if the sign is off,
We're still
keep
hand
your
flying,
seatbelt
by the
fastened
way.
in case we experience any unexpected rough air.
Still hand flying.
We ask that you also please remember to use caution if
Looking
opening the overhead
directly in our
bins
MFD.
to prevent injury from articles that may have shifted during
Or
takeoff.
PFD.
We've now reached an altitude where it's safe.
We are hand flying her through the clouds. There go our
Can be
breakout.
found in Sky Magazine in the seat pocket in front of you. On today's flight in the economy
Flaps
cabin, we have the
1.
pleasure to offer you complimentary Coca-Cola products, Starbucks coffee, water, juices, a variety of complimentary snacks, as well as a selection of our fresh eats items and all-day goodies.
And flaps clean.
Delta 1054.
Beer, wine, and spirits are available complimentary for our
We're gonna
first class
maintain
and
1-2000
Delta Comfort Plus
for,
passengers,
Delta 10.
as well as available for purchase for the main cabin.
Delta 1054.
A complete listing of available beverages, as well as of our fresh eats items, can be found in the menus in your seat pocket. Please
This
be
is
reminded
Flight
that
Simulator
Delta
X,
accepts only major
yes.
credit or debit cards
I am
on
probably one of the
purchases
only
beverages
YouTubers
and
that
snacks.
still live streams this sim.
However, you can use your Delta SkyMiles American Express card.
I enjoy it though. I
to
highly
save
enjoy it.
50%
I do have
and earn double miles
2024.
on all Delta purchases.
I just do not have a streaming
For your
PC
enjoyment,
right now
each seat
that
is equipped
is
with your own personal entertainment system.
it's
I
quite strong enough
do a
to
selection
stream
of
such
complimentary
quality.
as well as
So
on-demand TV shows, movies, and music.
Normally I
You'll find
have
that
a
the
yoke
screen
cam on, but
will
it's
work best
okay.
with just a light tap of your fingertip. Feel free to use your own
We're
headset.
still hand flying.
Otherwise, if you do need a headset, just let a flight attendant know. They are yours complimentary for this and any future
Go ahead
Delta
and straighten
flights.
her out. We're hand flying. Go ahead and climb her out to 12,000.
Turn right heading 300. Turn right heading 300. Delta 1054.
Alright, we're going to go ahead and keep eye out on our flight directors. There we go. 00. We aren't going to make that turn yet. Okay. Looks like we're going to have a pretty good view of Havana on our climb out.
Delta 1054. Contact Havana Center on 120.25. 120.25. Delta 1054.
Havana Center, Delta 1054 is climbing through 9,500 for 12,000.
Havana Center, Delta 1054 is at 9,000.
Start our left turn.
12,000. Delta 1054, Havana Center, roger. Altimeter 3009er.
3009er on the altimeter.
1054, turn left and heading 155. Resume on navigation.
I'm going to left turn left heading 155 and resume on navigation for Delta 1054.
Resume on navigation. Delta 1054.
Alright, we're above 10,000. Want to turn our landing lights off.
Delta 1054, climb and maintain flight level 210.
And we're going to climb and maintain for level 210 for Delta 1054.
Climb and maintain flight level 210. Delta 1054.
Now we can continue our climb up to the flight level 200. I am on Volanta. You can find me on Volanta. Currently flying out of Havana for Kingston. Gonna go ahead and fly a heading of 155. Still hand flying, by the way. I'm gonna go ahead and switch over to the autopilot in just a second. We'll go ahead and throw on autopilot. Autopilot is on. We're looking good. Autopilot is going to continue our climb. Yo, Sarah, what's the word? What's going on? Yeah, a bit of a stream today. Okay, we're above flight level 180. We're gonna set our altimeter to standard barometric pressure 2992. Hey man, what's going on? Hey man, nice to see you again, man. It's good to see you again in the stream. Nice to see you guys in the stream. We are currently flying to Kingston, Jamaica from Cuba. I think we're clear for 22, flight level 220. I don't know why we leveled out at 200. I'll probably put that in wrong. It's okay. We're gonna continue our climb. I'm ready for this approach into Kingston. See what we're up against.
Delta at 1054. Climb and maintain flight level 270.
There we go. Gonna climb and maintain for level 270 for Delta 1054.
Delta 1054.
While we're at it, we're going to set our auto brake, and that way we're ahead of the game. No mishaps, no hiccups, no mistakes. Alpaca, what's up, Alpaca? What's going on? Welcome, welcome. We are currently climbing out of Havana, and we're bound for Kingston, Jamaica. Ought to be a good one. Kind of slow down our climb rate. 1,800 feet per minute. I'm going to switch over to Mach speed in just a moment here. 1320. That was a 1054. Don't X this out.
Delta 1054.
Good.
Delta 1054. Contact Havana Center on 133.7.
Alright, we're 133.7.
133.7 for Delta 1054.
133.7. Switch that over.
Havana
We'll
Center, Delta
contact
1054 is at flight level
Havana
0.
Center.
Flight level 320. Delta 1054, Havana Center, roger.
Let's go ahead and switch over to Mach speed. Switch over to Mach. Reduce our climb right there a bit. We're looking good. Let's get this window up. Should be leveling off soon. Level off. Go ahead and turn off our seatbelt sign. Seatbelt sign can come off. Cool. Everything else look good. And we're just cruising. Just to give a little reference as to where we are. Not too far. Oh, we're hauling 524 across the ground. That's what I love to see, especially for a stream. Yeah. Currently doing 524 across the ground. What do we have beside us? Yeah, all that right there is still Cuba. And we'll be approaching Jamaica very soon. We are looking good. We're cruising on and moving on. What's the word, Richie? Yeah, man, we're going to Kingston, Jamaica from Havana, Cuba. Pretty good flight, 1 hour, 30 minutes, cruise up to cruise down. Currently at a cruise now to 42,000 feet. He says, let's butter this landing. We'll see. We will see. I was supposed to have the yoke cam on, but yeah, Streamlabs and my streaming cam just isn't agreeing with each other right now, so it's going to be a cameraless stream, which is okay. There's many others with the cam on. But nevertheless, we are almost halfway there. We aren't quite halfway there yet. Twang. Go on, Twang. Twang, bang. Always in the streets. Twang dang chicken wing. He says, here we go again. Yo, Richie says new nickname. Oh man, remember what happened last stream? Oh, remember what happened last stream? Where is Alpaca? Alpaca remembers. Alpaca, are you still in here? Are you still in here, Alpaca? I don't know if you're still in here. If you're still in here, Alpaca, say here. Okay, Alpaca is still here. What's up, man? Yo, remember what happened last stream with the, oh, man, I can't. What exactly, though, did happen to that guy? Rich, did you block him? The one that came in here, like, speaking, like, racial slurs, something like that? He's past tense, yeah. Good riddance to him, right? Like, definitely, you know, people that Remember him, Alpaca? See, and that's what I was talking to Richie about. There was a guy in here about a stream on a stream a few weeks ago. He decided to come in here, you know, was saying the most silliest of things, and I'm like, yeah, no. Oh, it's getting nasty. This weather is getting nasty. My goodness, look at all this cloud cover. Cloud base. Ugh, just nasty. Super nasty work, Richie. Super nasty work. That's just nasty. Hopefully Jamaica, hopefully Kingston is a bit nicer than what is below us now, because just look at this. Like, my goodness. Just absolutely nasty. Probably gonna get rocked around a little bit as we climb through this, or as we cruise through this. One, 2, 3.7. 1, 2, 3.7. Go to contact. Sensor. Still doing over 500 across the ground, so that's good. That's what I'm saying, Alpaca. Yikes. It's just nasty. It is nasty.
Delta 1054, contact Kingston Center at 128.1. Going at 128.1, Delta 1054. Kingston Center, Delta 105.
500 knots across the ground isn't bad at all. At all, that's what I'm saying. It's not bad. It's actually helping us on our flight time right here. We're scheduled for an hour and 30. We're going to see just how much time we save from this this helpful tailwind. In the meantime, before we started this, oh yeah, we're getting shaken around. Got some turbulence going on. We're throwing our seatbelt sign for our passengers, letting them know that it's going to get a little choppy as we fly over this weather system, just to be on the safe side. And look at that. Look at the ground speed. That ground speed is picking up fast, really fast. We were just in that 505. Picked up about 10 knots in like 30 seconds. My goodness. That, I do not mind at all. I do not mind at all. Yo, Reg Simulation, I just checked out your page. I'm gonna go ahead and subscribe to you, my man. If you're still in here, Rex, let's go ahead and subscribe to you. Just checked out your content. It's looking good. I'm going to subscribe to you. Okay, alright. We're about 200 miles from our top of descent. I'm gonna grab me a snack. I'm gonna eat top of grab me a snack. should be starting our descent here in just a moment. Just a moment, starting to set down into Jamaica. Jamaica, Jamaica. Oh. Jamaica, Jamaica. Positive Great Aviation, let's go. Welcome to the stream. Just about to start our descent down into Kingston. Yes, indeed. Yes, sir, yes, sir. Check the lantern and see where. Oh yeah, we have Jamaica right in front of us. Starting to descend like in a few seconds. Delta 1054 descend and maintain 18,000. Probably tell us something like that. Start getting ready for our approach for descent down into Jamaica. I'm gonna get some sleep because I'm tired. I am going to put a movie on. I've already eaten my dinner and go to sleep. Yes, yes. Alright, we're going to descend and maintain for level 210 for Delta 1054.
Descend and maintain flight level 210, Delta 1054.
Alright, there we go. We've started our descent down into Jamaica. So get some speed braking.
Please prepare the cab for arrival.
And ladies and gentlemen, we have begun our initial descent. At this time, we ask that you kindly begin to recheck the security of your seatbelt. And if you've removed any items from the overhead bins, please begin to restow them at this time. Please check around your seating area and the seat pocket in front of you for any cups, glasses, or other articles you wish to discard. And kindly hand these items to the flight attendants as they make their way through the aisle. Thank you so much. We should be landing in approximately 15 to 20 minutes.
Alright, there goes Jamaica right in front of us. Right ahead of us, we have Jamaica. The land of the Ironman. The land of the Ivy. We're going to focus up here on the approach. What procedures do we have? Looks like we're going to come in for 12. Unless we get the GPS runway 30. Yeah, I don't mind either, but We'll see in a second. That is Jamaica in front of us. Yes, yes, yes. I think we have some cloud cover. Frames aren't doing too bad, considering that I am streaming. Go ahead and turn initial airspeed. Indicated airspeed. Your Sim CFI, yes it is. It actually is. I'm actually one of the only streamers on YouTube that likes to jump back in FSX Steam Edition here and there. Stream a couple flights. I do have 2024. I just don't stream. As soon as I get me a better computer that's a bit more fit for streaming, I'll whip up 2024, get some career mode in. But yes, to answer your question, this is FSX. It is. I have not played or seen this in so long. Oh, I bet, man. It's FSX. It's FSX, man. It is FSX. I believe there's one other streamer that I know of that switches back and forth from 2024 and FSX as well. I forgot his YouTube name, but he also streams FSX right now.
054 pure 66 miles northwest, turn left heading 080, expect vectors ILS, runway 12 approach. Left heading 080, expect vectors ILS, runway 12, approach, Delta 1054.
So archaic.
Delta 1054, please expedite your turn to heading 080. Delta 1054, turn left heading 080, descend and maintain 11,000. Turn left heading 080, descend and maintain 11,000. Delta 1054.
We are descending nicely. Yes, we are. I believe we are currently flying an extended right downwind for runway 12. We do have the ILS for runway 12 on the right downwind. Let's see. I will probably try to string 2024 tomorrow. We'll see how it goes. I'm not too sure yet. Probably hop back into career mode. All depends on Streamlabs, how Streamlabs decide to function tomorrow. If it agrees, we'll do 2024. Some career mode.
Delta 1054, turn right heading 110. Turn right heading 110, Delta 1054. Delta 1054, descend and maintain 5,000. Descend and maintain 5,000. Delta 1054. 1054, turn right heading 210. Turn right heading 210, Delta 1054. Kingston Center, landmark 90284, request IFR support upgrades, ready to go. Landmark 90284 is cleared to port upgrades, airport as filed. Squawk 5337. Landmark 90284 cleared to port upgrades, airport as filed. Squawk 5337. Landmark 90284, feedback correct. Radar contact 11400. Altimeter 29906, turn right heading 085, proceed on course. Descend and maintain 11000. Delta 1054, you are 23 miles northwest, turn left heading 150, descend and maintain 2000. Cleared ILS. Runway 12, approach, maintain 2000 until established on the localizer. Contact Manley Tower on 118.5. Turn left heading 150, descend and maintain 2000, cleared ILS. Manley Tower, Delta 1054, 22 miles northwest, inbound ILS, runway 12, approach. Delta 1054, Manley Tower, flight straight in, runway 12, altimeter 29907.
Oh shit.
Flight straight in, runway 12, Delta 1054.
2500.
Oh shoot.
One thousand.
You know, see, how are we at 2,000? I forgot about the elevation here. we're gonna go in and just hand fly this. I'm not too sure what's
Delta
going on.
1054, cleared to land, runway 12.
Alright, clear to land, runway
Cleared
1,
to
2,
land, runway
4, Delta 10.
12. Delta 1054.
I wish my camera wasn't off. I would have had the yoke cam. It's okay. We'll just hand fly around down. Make sure the auto brake is on. Hand flyer ourselves.
Five hundred. $400. $300. $200. $100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
There we go.
Please remain seated with your seatbelt securely fastened until the captain has parked the aircraft at the gate and turned off the seatbelt sign. This will be your one and only indication that it's safe for you to get up and move about the cabin. Please be reminded to use caution when opening the overhead bins to prevent injury from articles that may have shifted during landing. You may now use your mobile phones and other handheld electronic devices while we taxi to the gate. However, your laptop computers and larger electronics must remain stowed.
That one's 1.7 Delta 10.
We invite you to visit delta.com for all your future travel needs, including checking in for a flight and managing your SkyMiles account. If any of you should have questions regarding ground transportation, baggage claim, or any other information, a uniformed Delta agent meeting this flight will be more than happy to answer any questions you may have. On behalf of Delta Skyteam, our global partners, and flight crew, we'd like to thank you all for flying with us. We've enjoyed having you on board and look forward to the opportunity to serve you once again. Thank you so much and have a wonderful evening. Flight attendants, prepare doors for arrival, please. Cross-check and all call.
Gate 1. Okay, I don't know what was going on with the ILS system just now. But yeah, it was wonky. Sorry, it's a bit choppy because the GSX is loading. But it's all good. Look, we got her down safely. That's all that matters. ILS was totally wonky. Had to fly her down myself. Taxi lights can come off. I'm gonna check the landing rate on that. What those are. Marshaller. See my parking. Sequel sign can come off. Engine 2 off. Engine 1 off. Rotating beacon light can come off. Go on Atlanta. We can end our flight there. Let's go here. Let's go and finish. Pirate. Hopefully the landing wasn't too hard on that. Send our pirate over. As long as it says approved. Hey. It was approved. Your pirate from Havana to Kingston has been approved. Now let's check the landing rate on that. Go ahead and X this out. X that out. Delta virtual. Go here, review your flight. I feel like we came down a little too hard, but considering the type of winds we were getting out of there, it's yeah, okay, that's not bad. Minus 371 on the landing rate. That's about an average flight. I mean, average landing, firm landing. 1.89 on the landing G-force. That's not bad, considering the weather condition we just landed in. That's not bad. Not bad. Not bad. But anyways, folks, it's your boy Andre Aviation. Just hit you guys with another throwback FSX stream. A lot of you guys are like, what? I haven't seen that anybody play that in a while. But I like to jump back in here every now and then and stream an FSX flight. It's always a feeling of nostalgia every time I take off and land in these old retro airports and aircrafts and everything like that. But yeah, welcome to Jamaica. Welcome to Kingston, where it's raining and windy and nasty. We're gonna go ahead and start the deboarding process.
Deboarding requested.
And I'm going to leave you guys at that. Once again, it's your boy Andre Aviation. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up tonight. Just got off work. Did a 12-hour shift today. Sitting here on FSX. Like I didn't just work a 12-hour shift, but see ya, boys, later. Thank you guys for stopping by, checking out the stream, and hope to see you again on the next stream. Peace out. I'm out.
Passengers bus is coming.